a regiment of the Astra militarum that fight on their barren and polluted hive world known as Armageddon, a legion of guardsmen who are trained as mechanized infantry to operate from the supposed safety of their vehicles. So as always, I'm your host Abz, and it's time for another quickfire lore video. Let's look at the Armageddon Steel Legion in Warhammer 40K lore. So Armageddon is an imperial hive world, which has witnessed many of the greatest conflicts ever fought by the Imperium against enemies like Chaos and the Orks. It's the fourth world in its star system and is the industrial hub of the Armageddon subsector. Thousands of standard years of intense industrial activity have transformed the surface of Armageddon into barren deserts and polluted oceans. Humans can only survive in the artificial environment of the world's self-contained arcologies, which are known as hive cities. Nourishment must be imported from off-planet, and clean air and water are valuable commodities. The environments outside of the hive cities on Armageddon are inhospitable due to the corrosive toxins and industrial population. If any human were to breathe the air outside of the hive cities for an extended period of time, then their lungs would quickly rot away. But despite this, Armageddon has a huge population and can raise large numbers of astra militarum regiments. And this will give you an idea of the type of world that we're dealing with. The Steel Legions of Armageddon ride into battle as mounted infantry within the hulls of their trusty APCs, known as chimeras. Armageddon is actually one of the first manufacturing planets for chimeras, and produces endless numbers of this vehicle for use over the Imperium of Man. The Steel Legion are highly mobile, and are skilled at swiftly redeploying convoys of vehicles to cross enemy front lines, allowing their infantry to surge and sweep the area free of attackers. These mobile regiments are mechanized infantry, and therefore the name Steel Legion is given to them. All troopers inside the Steel Legion wear protective clothing such as trench coats, gloves, and visors to limit any exposure to their world's contaminated climate. But more notably, each soldier has a rebreather unit that can filter out the worst airborne harm. The senior officers are often fashioned with grinning skulls to unnerve the superstitious Orks who have pillaged their war-torn world in recent years. The warriors of Armageddon have a special hatred for the Greenskins, who destroyed entire hive cities in their lust for war and whose presence still plagues the planet. Steel Legion troops are drafted from the crammed populations of their hive cities, where it is survival of the fittest, whereby only those who have survived the unending savage gang wars of the underhives are conscripted directly into the Astra Militarum, many of which do not need further training, with their ruthless skills being deemed to be more than adequate. So the reason why there are these brutal gang wars in the first place is that amongst the underclasses of the hive cities, they are overcrowded with workers and overseers to keep the manufacturing behemoth ticking. And these conditions lead to eruptions of gang wars as many struggle for dominance in the underhive. Those that survive the carnage are the fiercest and battle-hardened of Armageddon, and therefore many are conscripted in bulk into the Steel Legion. The Steel Legion also wear rounded helmets and are equipped with anti-personnel weapons known as las guns, which are produced in different styles and patterns, as well as being equipped with grenade and missile launchers and mono knives. But on the battlefield, when in their Chimera APCs, they are also supported by the devastating Executioner main battle tanks. And that, my friends, is a quick fire look into the Armageddon Steel Legion in Warhammer 40K lore. I really do like this regiment, their design and their backstory. Drop a like if you enjoy the content and subscribe if you haven't done so already. And a special thank you to the channel and Patreon members for the extra support in running the channel. I really do appreciate it. I'm your host Abz, and as always, I will catch you guys next time.